Hi, my name is Milton Price, and I would like to introduce you to the board game Kingdom Builders. Kingdom Builders is a Christian board game based on the development of a church. In the beginning, each player receives card stands, which is where they'll place their ministries. A pew platform with a cross, which is where they'll place their new members. A $16,000 initial budget, and a pastor token, which will represent them as they travel around the board. Now the game concludes with the first player to establish all 5 ministries and a pew filled with new members. Okay, let's say the first person spins. Say that is red. Say red comes off one space, okay? Red lands on Kingdom Builders. Now, in order to receive a Kingdom Builder card, you have to have a minimum of 3 members because Kingdom Builders reflects the 5 ministries. Each ministry has anywhere from 3 to 5 members involved. Red has 3 members, so he can select that card. This card says Missions Ministry, which is a ministry Red does not have. Red will put that card at the bottom of the deck. Red will receive that Missions Ministry if it requires a minimum of 3. Missions requires 3 members. He'll receive that Missions Ministry. He will exchange his new members for the members that are now in that ministry, okay? Say the next person spins and say that's blue, and blue comes off 2 spaces, which is the next space, and lands on Lost Souls. Blue will lose his new members and only his new members. Not members that are in the ministry, just his new members, okay? Say the next person spins and say that's red, and he lands on the 3rd space, which is Blessings. Red will receive this Blessings card. This is community group donates $5,000 towards new Sunday school and receive 3 new members. So now Red will receive $5,000, okay? And Red would also receive 3 new members, all right? Now, moving on, say the next person spins, say that's blue, say blue spins 2 to go to the Sunday service, which is the next space. Sunday service. This card has the verses out of the Bible. You will read the verse out loud, and you will also act according to the card. Now this verse is Psalms 27:1. The Lord is my light and my salvation, whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life, of whom shall I be afraid? 3 new members and a Kingdom Builder card. Now, this goes back at the bottom, and that's one of the good things about this card. You read verses from the Bible. Now, blue will receive 3 new members, and blue will also receive a Kingdom Builder card. And one of the other most important things is blue has to request tithes. Anytime you land on Sunday service, you receive tithes, but you have to request those tithes from the trustee, and you have to request it before the next person spins, or you do not receive the tithes. Now, blue will receive that, plus he'll receive that Kingdom Builder card. This card is Homeless Ministry, okay? So he'll put that at the bottom of the deck. Homeless Ministry is a ministry that he does have, so he will not be able to receive that because he already has that ministry. Now, say the next person spins and say that is red, and let's go to the next space, and red lands on tithes. Red will automatically receive $2,000 tithes. In that case, he does not have to request it because he landed on a board space that says tithes. You only request it when you land on Sunday service, okay? Now, say the next person spins and say that's blue. Let's go to the next space. Say he lands on the 2 and lands on bills, okay? Now, this bills card says groundskeeping $6,000, okay? So now red, that's why it's so important to collect your tithes. Now, red has to pay $6,000 for groundskeeping, okay? So red pays us $6,000, and let's move to the next person that spins. Let's say this is blue. Say blue goes that 1 space and land on Sunday service, okay? Now, let's take this Sunday service card. This says enter the kingdom. This is the most important card of this game. This is where you open the Bible and you go directly to a predetermined verse out of the Bible that you selected at the beginning of the game. You use the bookmark that'll expedite the game. You'll read directly from the Bible. Says Romans 10:9. You'll go in there and you read that directly from the Bible. Now, in doing that, that's the best part of this game. You open the Bible and the word's revealed. That's why this is more than just a game. That's what this is all about. Now, in doing that, you receive any ministry you like once you get that card and you read that verse out loud out of the Bible. Now, blue is going to take a card that requires the most members, requires 5. Okay, he's going to take a Helping Hands ministry. Now he does not have to exchange his new members for that card. That comes along with that card, Enter the Kingdom. So he automatically get that, and he doesn't have to exchange members. But he still, remember, has to ask for those tithes, because those bills will have to be paid. And I'll show you another reason why as we move on to the game. Say the next person spins is red, and red spins 3 and lands on ministry. Now, when you land on ministry, you take a ministry card. Now, you don't take a ministry card if you have no ministries at all. Okay? Now, if you have a minimum of 1 ministry, you take that ministry card and you act accordingly if you have that ministry. Now, this is homeless ministry. Red has a homeless ministry. This is Feed the Homeless Drive, $1,000 and 5 new members. Now, for having that ministry, red pays $1,000 to feed the homeless, and red receives 5 new members in doing so. Now, I'm not going to take the time out to put all these members in here. I'll just go ahead and put those couple there and give red his couple members, and red was sitting there, he'd do that himself. Now, the next person would spin and say that's blue. Let's go to the next space. Say blue landed on the 2 and landed on new members. It's 3 members. Automatically, blue will receive 3 new members for landing on that space, okay? And that's automatic, all right? So now I'll put in 2 and I'll just let that other one sit there. Let's spin again, and let's say this is now red, okay? Now let's go to the next bill section. I introduced you Sunday service. I want you to see this particular bill. This bill says mortgage due on sanctuary. Members went on vacation and forgot to tithe. Church is broke. Return all money to the trustee. Now this is the worst card in this game. Now blue would have to return all his funds, all this money to the trustee. Blue would also have to sit off the board, and we have to land on Sunday service. He'll sit off the board. He has 3 spins to land on Sunday service. If he lands on Sunday service, he comes off. If not, he comes off on his 3rd spin, wherever that lands him. Okay? And that's how that will work. Now, let's move on, and let's say say blue was off the board, and say blue landed on that next space of blessings card. Now I want to show you this other card here in blessings. This is called a halo card. Now there's 4 of these in the deck also. Now these cards, if you receive this card, you will hold on to this card, because this halo card, anytime you land on lost souls, if you have a halo card, you can give that card back, and you do not have to lose your members, your new members. Okay. Now also, if you receive that bills card that says your church went broke, your members didn't tithe, you can hand in that halo card, and you do not have to pay those funds. You do not go bankrupt. So that's why this halo card is very important. You hold on to that until you decide where you want to use it. And all this will be in the rules. You'll read all this through the rules of the game. Now again, you'll continue to spin and move around and progress around the board, and you'll act according to whatever cards you receive. Now you'll develop your church step by step, and when you get to the end, when you have all 5 ministries and a pew filled with new members, that's when you win the game.